Have you heard about the zombie deer disease? Sounds like something out of a horror movie, right? But it's a very real and growing concern around the world. This isn't your typical zombie apocalypse tale. It's about a disease known as chronic wasting disease, or more commonly referred to as the zombie deer disease. This disease is affecting free-ranging deer, elk, and moose, causing them to suffer from weight loss, lack of coordination, listlessness, and excessive drooling. Imagine a once majestic creature, now reduced to a shambling, lifeless form. It's a sight that's becoming all too common in at least 31 US states and 3 Canadian provinces. But it's not just a North American phenomenon. This disease has also been identified in reindeer and moose populations as far away as Norway, Finland, and Sweden. This growing prevalence is alarming, but what's even more concerning is the potential threat to humans. While there have been no recorded cases of the disease in people, scientists warn that it could potentially jump species. So what exactly is this disease and why should we be worried about it? Let's delve deeper. Zombie deer disease, or chronic wasting disease, is a neurodegenerative disorder that affects free-ranging deer, elk, and moose. It's a sinister condition that slowly but surely turns these majestic creatures into something akin to the walking dead. But what exactly does it do? The disease starts subtly, often going unnoticed. It can incubate for over a year, making it difficult to detect and control its spread. As the disease progresses, the symptoms become more apparent and more horrifying. The infected animals experience substantial weight loss, a symptom that has given rise to the term wasting in its name. But that's just the beginning. The disease also affects the animal's nervous system, causing a lack of coordination. This awkwardness in movement often leads to the animal stumbling or falling, unable to maintain its balance. Even standing can become a Herculean task for the infected creature. Listlessness follows. The spark of life that once filled the eyes of these animals gradually fades. They become indifferent to their surroundings, barely reacting to threats or other stimuli. Perhaps one of the most distressing symptoms is the excessive drooling. The disease robs these animals of their dignity, reducing them to pitiful shadows of their former selves. But here's where things take a turn for the worse. This disease isn't exclusive to the animal kingdom. Scientists warn that there could be implications for humans too. While there have been no reported cases of chronic wasting disease infecting humans, the potential threat exists. And that's something we can't afford to ignore. This disease is not just an animal problem, there could be implications for humans too. While there have been no known cases of the disease in humans, scientists warn that it could potentially be a threat. The zombie deer disease, or chronic wasting disease, has been causing havoc in the deer population. But could it cross the species barrier and infect humans? That's a question that has been haunting the scientific community and the public alike. This disease affects the prion proteins in the victim's brain, leading to a progressive neurodegenerative disorder. The symptoms are disturbing: weight loss, lack of coordination, listlessness, and drooling. Now picture that in a human. Frightening, isn't it? But don't panic just yet. It's important to remember that, as of now, there's no evidence of this disease infecting humans. However, that doesn't mean we can let our guard down. Research is ongoing to understand if the disease can indeed jump to humans. Scientists are particularly concerned about people who may come into contact with infected animals or consume their meat. After all, prion diseases are known to cross the species barrier. Mad cow disease, for instance, has been transmitted to humans who consumed infected beef. What's more, the disease seems to be spreading among deer, elk, and moose populations. It has been detected in at least 31 US states, 3 Canadian provinces, and even in reindeer and moose in Norway, Finland, and Sweden. The disease is believed to spread through contact with contaminated body fluids and tissue or through the environment. This means that the risk of human exposure could increase with the disease's spread. The biggest challenge here is the disease's incubation period, which could be over a year. This means an infected animal could appear healthy for a long time before showing symptoms, making it extremely difficult to control its spread and prevent potential human exposure. So, while we don't have any confirmed cases of the zombie deer disease in humans yet, the potential risks cannot be ignored. It's clear that this disease could pose a potential threat to humans, but what's being done to control its spread? That's a question that we'll explore in the next segment. The National Park Service, along with other agencies, is working diligently to control the spread of the zombie deer disease. So how exactly are these organizations tackling this daunting issue? The answer lies in a combination of strategies designed to curb the advancement of this disease. Firstly, these agencies are identifying areas at high risk. These are places where the disease has been detected before in deer, elk, moose, and even reindeer. By pinpointing these zones, they aim to concentrate their efforts where it's most needed, thus maximizing the impact of their actions. In addition to identifying these hotspots, there's an increase in the monitoring of potentially affected wildlife. This vigilant observation allows for quicker detection of any unusual behavior or symptoms among the animals. Remember, the disease causes listlessness, weight loss, lack of coordination, and excessive drooling. So, spotting these signs early on can be a crucial step in managing the spread of the disease. Another critical component in this fight against the zombie deer disease is sample testing. This involves testing the bodily fluids and tissues of potentially infected animals. Since the disease is believed to spread through contact with contaminated body fluids and tissue, this method provides a more definitive way to diagnose the disease. It also gives scientists valuable insights into how the disease operates, which could be key in finding a solution. But despite these strategies, eradicating the disease entirely seems a formidable task. There is currently no effective way to fully eliminate it, and the disease continues to spread. The battle against the zombie deer disease is indeed challenging, and it's a testament to the resilience of nature and the complexity of our ecosystems. Despite these efforts, the disease continues to spread. But what does this mean for the future? The zombie deer disease presents a significant challenge for the future of wildlife and potentially human health. This disease, known scientifically as chronic wasting disease, affects free-ranging deer, elk, and moose, causing weight loss, lack of coordination, listlessness, and drooling. It's been found in at least 31 US states and 3 Canadian provinces, as well as in reindeer and moose in Norway, Finland, and Sweden. Looking ahead, the potential long-term impacts of this disease on wildlife populations and ecosystems are cause for concern. Large numbers of deer, elk, and moose play a crucial role in the balance of our ecosystems, and their decline could have ripple effects on other species and the environment. The potential for the disease to jump species and affect humans, while not yet confirmed, is also a looming threat that scientists are keenly aware of. Yet in the face of such challenges, it's important to remember the power of ongoing research and human resilience. Scientists around the world are tirelessly working to understand more about the disease, how it spreads, and how it can be controlled or eradicated. They're looking at how it impacts prion proteins in the brain and how it's transmitted through bodily fluids and waste. This research is crucial in creating strategies to manage the disease and protect our wildlife. Public awareness and vigilance are also key in the fight against the zombie deer disease. The more we know about the disease and how to prevent its spread, the better equipped we'll be to deal with it. This means staying informed, reporting sick animals, and following guidelines for safe hunting and handling of game meat. While the zombie deer disease is indeed alarming, it's a reminder of the interconnectedness of our ecosystems and the importance of protecting them. Each challenge we face in preserving our natural world is also an opportunity to learn, adapt, and reaffirm our commitment to safeguarding our shared home. The zombie deer disease, while sounding like a plot of a horror movie, is a real and pressing issue. We've explored its rise and impact on deer, elk, and moose populations, and how this monstrous disease causes weight loss, lack of coordination, and listlessness in its victims. We've also delved into the potential threat to humans. While no human infections have been reported yet, scientists have sounded the alarm, warning us of the potential risk. This isn't a situation we can afford to take lightly. We've seen the control measures being put in place, the increased monitoring, and the ongoing research. The National Park Service and other agencies are playing their part. But this is a collective battle that demands our attention and action. The future is uncertain. The disease's incubation period of over a year, it's spread through contact with contaminated body fluids and tissue, and its presence in the environment make it a formidable adversary. As we continue to grapple with this disease, it's clear that our actions today will shape the health of our wildlife and potentially our own health tomorrow.